Hey there. So I had a question on my mind, which is how can I use React without having Node.js installed? And I'm using Python's Flask just as a backend. So here's the question. Here's the answer. So if you want to use React without Node.js, you need to use the Babel library. So if you go up here and you type in Babel, go to the Babel website, go to setup, go in browser, and over here the CDN is basically just a link. Is right here. This is the CDN. So you can copy and paste this link into your HTML site. That's one way of doing it. But if the website ever goes down, or if you don't have internet for some reason, or if your internet's slow, you're gonna have some problems. So a better thing to do, I think, is to just copy and paste the link, go to the address bar, paste in the address bar, and there you go. There is the entire library. So all you gotta do is right click, go save as, and you save it somewhere in your library. So I have it saved. I have a whole bunch of stuff saved right here in my library. Right here I have Babel, so I'm not gonna save it again. So you do that for Babel, and that allows you to use the React sort of coding. And you can do the same thing for React. So go to the React website, go here, go to docs, and over here it says CD links. Click on that, and here are the links. Again, you want to copy the link to the website right here, paste it into the address bar, and there we go. There's the entire library. Right click it and save it. And basically, you're saving this JavaScript file and you save it into the library. And then once you've saved everything you need, and again, just so you know, you need both of these, and you want production. You don't want development, so you want to get the production here, this script here, and then this script here. This one is the React production, and this is the React-DOM production. And once you have them, then you reference them in your HTML site. Here's my HTML site, and I have it here. This is where I download into my library. This is the path to my library for this React production, and this is the React-DOM production. Good. So once you have that, and again, I'll assume that you already know how you got Python Flask working up and running. So I'm not going to explain that. Okay, so once that's done, here inside your script, inside your HTML site, you want to start off with this. You type a script here, tag it from here to beginning and end. Inside the script, over here, what's really important, you have to type is type text/babel. That's really, really important. So if you don't do that, then it's not going to work. So here I'm using reaction hooks, so I'm not using the classes. So you want to start off with this sort of syntax here. Function, I'm calling it main. Function main and return, and you're returning just a single div. And inside the div, I have just test. Now to render it, to make it show up on the page. So right now it's not showing up on the page because I have this commented out. And only in here the body here I only have this. It's the div. This div has an ID of app, and inside it I have not working. And if you look here, refresh the page, it says not working, and that's because I'm not rendering it. So now I'm going to render it. So here I'm just going to uncomment this, and you need this line here, react-dom.render, and then you put the name of the function, which is over here in angle brackets, and then the ID of where it's going to go. So it's document get element by ID, and here's app, which corresponds to this one here down here, this app here. And what happens is everything inside here is going to get replaced by this test here. So let's save that, take a look, refresh the page, and now it says test. So everything out inside that div where it says not working got replaced by test. Now the issue that I came across that was really frustrating is because you want to break your stuff into different files and components, and you don't want to have all your stuff crammed in this HTML site. So I found out that you can import without using the import export statements. You can import using this way. So I made a file called Navbar.js. And inside this Navbar.js, I just have the same thing. It's function, navbar, and I'm basically returning another test. So again, it's just a single div, and you return the stuff inside here. It's just another test. And up here, this is the way I'm importing it. I'm importing it just using your regular HTML. Well, again, you need your type to be text babel, and the source is referenced to my where I saved the file. This Navbar.js, which corresponds to over here, Navbar.js. And yeah, so once you have that statement there, now you can start sticking components inside other components. So here I'm just gonna let me just go back. Sorry about that. Here I'm gonna set angle brackets, and then I'm gonna call it nav bar. This basically here, this navbar corresponds to this function name here. Let me just close this here. This function name navbar. Over here, this function name corresponds to this over here. Let me just save that. And inside navbar, as you may remember, it says another test. So let's take a look at our page. Right, currently it says test. Now it says another test. And I think that's all you need to know. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Oh yeah, one more thing is that on this, because I'm using Flask, double curly brackets is reserved for Flask stuff, right? So in typically in React, you can use inline styling. You doing this style equals, and then you would have to use double curly brackets. But again, this is used for Flask. These double curly brackets are used for Flask, so you can use them in this particular HTML page. However, you can use them in a Java page, but you cannot use them in an HTML page. So what I suggest you do is, if you need to put CSS styles here, I would put them in I would suggest you put them in the CSS file and just reference it. So I think I have it here somewhere. Let me take a look for mine. Okay, so up here, maybe you want to type in just above it. I'm just gonna paste it there. And this is it's not uncomment this. Let's uncomment this. This is my CSS link. So if you want to bring CSS to this particular HTML page, you're gonna have to do it like this. And this is the file name to where your CSS is. And then now you can have your CSS using classes. And yeah, and I think that's all I need to know for this particular video. It's just to get around the import export issue. That's what I wanted to share with you guys.